real fake, real fake news.
Welcome to the Real Fake News. I'm your host, Jesse Bertel. Today I'm going to discuss the mainstream and alternative media coverage of the Democratic primaries and caucus races in a segment I like to call Real Fake News. Let's play Real Fake News. Fake news. In fake news, both Hillary and Bill Clinton have been reported actively campaigning outside and even inside of polling places, while long lines of people were waiting outside to cast their ballot, many of whom didn't get to exercise their democratic rights. We have some footage you won't see in the real news.
We can grow together. We can all rise together again. And Hillary says the way to do it is to build ladders of opportunity and then get rid of the barriers.
I'm not campaigning illegally at a polling place. I'm just here hanging out to remind you of the prosperity we had when me and Hillary were in the White House. I'd really like to get back in the White House and work with some high-quality interns. But I'm just here hanging out. The Clinton motorcade blocked access for an already crowded line of voters. If the Clintons try to stop you from casting your vote, don't leave the polling place. If you were in line before they close, you have the right to vote. To me, this is proof of a rigged system. Bill was caught committing a felony and nothing happened to him. People in power aren't held accountable. And we all know it wouldn't be the first time Bill cheated. Only this time it's a felony, and the mainstream media isn't covering it. He knew the law, and he chose to ignore it because he's Bill Clinton. Who's going to stop him? It's fake news, not worthy of the real news. Let's play again. Real news. The news seems a bit biased in Hillary's favor. Although polls clearly show that Bernie is winning debates, pundits and the headlines at CNN and the Washington Post seem to disagree. The Washington Post reported, 5 reasons Bernie Sanders lost last night's Democratic debate. Here's CNN reporting why Hillary Clinton beat Bernie Sanders. And another from the Washington Post, Hillary Clinton won last night's debate by making it all about Barack Obama. And I like this one, how Bernie Sanders could lose, but still defeat Hillary Clinton. From CNN, Super Tuesday, Clinton, Trump win big, Cruz takes Texas, Rubio scores first win. No mention of Bernie on that one. And my favorite one, even Bernie Sanders could beat Donald Trump. Even that schmuck Sanders could beat Trump. Here's a CNN delegate estimate. If you look closer, you see the large number of superdelegates Hillary has collected. Bernie Sanders is not losing. In fact, he won historic landslides, one in New Hampshire. But because of Clinton's superdelegates, somehow he tied. These superdelegates are not in any way reflective of the voters, which leaves many people asking, why are there superdelegates? CNN gave the chair of the DNC an opportunity to explain to concerned voters how this is not an example of a rigged system.
Hillary Clinton lost to Bernie Sanders in New Hampshire by 22 percentage points, the biggest victory in a contested Democratic primary there since John F. Kennedy. But it looks as though Clinton and Sanders are leaving the Granite State with the same number of delegates in their pockets because Clinton has the support of New Hampshire's superdelegates, these party insiders. What do you tell voters who are new to the process, who says this makes them feel like it's all rigged?
Unpledged delegates exist really to make sure that party leaders and elected officials don't have to be in a position where they are running against grassroots activists. We are, as a Democratic Party, really highlight and emphasize inclusiveness and diversity at our convention, and so we want to give every opportunity to grassroots activists and diverse, committed Democrats to be able to participate, attend, and be a delegate at the convention. And so we separate out those unpledged delegates to make sure that there isn't competition between them.
I'm not sure that answer would satisfy an anxious young voter, but let's move on.
That didn't satisfy me. Did it satisfy you? You're just a young voter after all. You don't understand the process. There. So basically, Superdelegates are there to make sure that real candidates like Hillary Clinton don't have to compete against these little itty-bitty grassroots activists like Bernie Sanders. He's not a real candidate. What's that? Oh, my corporate overlords are telling me to move on. So let's play one more time. Sometimes the real news reports fake news accidentally, and like a regrettable one-night stand with a coworker, they immediately decide it's better not to ever mention it again. Huffington Post reports that CNN deleted its poll, which clearly declared Sanders the winner, and replaced it with a headline saying, "Clinton triumphs." According to a CNN poll, Bernie Sanders is projected to win against any of the Republican candidates, but Clinton is projected to lose or win by very small margins against Republicans. A fact that came from CNN, but is now ignored by CNN campaign coverage. So even though the real news portrays Clinton as the safe bet, Bernie may be our only chance to avoid a Trump presidency. If Hillary Clinton gets the nomination and loses to Donald Trump, it's your fault, CNN. The fact is that Bernie and Hillary are neck and neck, but you wouldn't know it by watching mainstream news coverage. While we are distracted by the horse race election coverage, who's up in the polls, who raised how much money, and the occasional important policy discussion, drowned out by the ridiculous and sensational nonsense coming from the Conservative Party, the media is manufacturing an election right before our eyes. The rules of the game are rigged against changing the power structure. People in power can get away with subverting democracy while the media convinces the general public that there is only one legitimate candidate. I'm just guessing. But maybe if Time Warner, which owns CNN, didn't contribute over $500,000 to the Clinton campaign, fraudulent activity from the Clintons and historic wins from the Sanders campaign might be considered real news. And that's the real fake news. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel.